Welcome to Street Talk. Today I'm on location in Phoenix City. This is going to be a wonderful highlight today. It's going to bless your hearts. I know it without a doubt. Some neighbors reached out to me, wanted me to come out and highlight this wonderful event because they are mourning the loss of their beloved neighbor. We're going to have a parade, we're going to highlight it and take you through. And the beautiful thing about this is that the family doesn't know. So it is going to bless their hearts as well. So stay tuned. Join us as we go through this community here in Phoenix City. It's Street Talk with Loretta Rose. You're watching it here on cable TV. I know Rodney Ross Sr. meant so much to you all. And I can tell by the message that your wife sent to me. Help the community to know what type of good neighbor Rodney was to you.
He was just a real good neighbor. I had no idea. My birthday was August the 1st. And, Rodney had took me fishing a while back, and I never posted anything on Facebook about that fishing occasion. But on my birthday, I posted on the caption, I just put "going fishing." I mean, a good neighbor. And he was just really a good neighbor. He was the epitome of a good neighbor. I mean, you could put a period at the end of that, in the end of that word, good neighbor. I can remember I had family over here, during the hurricane from Savannah, Georgia. They would come visiting, and Rodney would see that I have company over, and he would just come over and bring bags of fish for me without me even asking. When we went out of town, he just watched the house. He was somebody that I could talk to personally. He was just a great neighbor, him and his wife both. He was always concerned about things that went on in our neighborhood, activity in our neighborhood, and so he was just a good neighbor. I just have a hard time putting in words.
I know.
Right now, the kind of neighbor he was, the kind of person he was, and the friend that he was. It's the least we could do to try to support her in any kind of way that we can.
Wow.
It's the least we could do.
And she really, really appreciated his wife, Denise Ross. I know your wife is so loving as well. Why was it so important for you, Miss Blunt, to help to bring the community together? Because I know that's what you're good at, with reaching out and bringing us all together in the community. That is your gift.
Well, I just want to show love and support for Denise because they were like this.
Yes.
Couldn't get any closer.
Oh, yes.
He called her mama, and she called him Big Daddy.
Sure did.
So my heart just goes out to her and the family And I know she's gonna miss him. And I want the community, our neighborhood, to show the love and support and let her know that we are here for her. We're gonna take care of her.
Praise
And I
God.
told my husband, I said, you gotta step up your game now. You gotta step it up. Cause Rodney, I mean, he just did everything. He organized a lot. He was one of the administrators of our Facebook page.
Wow.
So we just had to think of something. And I had to bring it to some of the neighbors down the hill that's from Marshville too. I took it to her first. I said, we need to do a parade. We need to do something. And that just spread it like wildfire.
Wow.
It was she and Gerald, the three of us, with all the community got together, organized this because we had to do something. I couldn't rest unless.
Wow.
Because I'm full right now, Rodney. I'm gonna miss this truck.
Yes.
Starting up at 6:30 in the morning, every morning, and him having his boat on the weekends, throwing his hand up,
Praise
waving.
Wow.
He was a big brother.
Yes. A big.
He had events over his house, celebrations. He would always invite us over.
You were always family
Yeah.
to their family.
Family. And when he did something, they went all out.
Yeah, they went all
Yes.
out. Yeah.
They did not
Yeah.
have steps.
Yeah.
They went
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really gonna be missed.
Wow.
They some of the first ones who we experienced having chefs for their Super Bowl party.
Wow. That's Rodney and Denise. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Well, thank you all so much. This is wonderful. This is the epitome of love thy neighbor. We are seeing it here in action. This is how it's supposed to be. And this really, really touched my heart because I knew them personally. And everything that you've said about them, you've described Rodney to the T. Because he was a brother.
Sure was.
He was a friend. He was a brother to all. And now we're talking to some more neighbors here, honoring Rodney Ross Sr., Mr. and Mrs. Davis. From my understanding, Rodney was very dear to your heart and his wife as well.
Yes, ma'am.
How does it feel to see this outpouring of love here in your neighborhood?
Well, words can explain it. Rodney was such a guy that, the whole neighborhood came out. It's well deserved.
Yes. And I understand you all were part of organizing this as well.
Yes.
What would you like to say to Mrs. Ross? Because I know you all wanted to be a part of this to help show her that you all are here to support her, you love her, and you all are going to be with her from here on out as well.
Absolutely.
Well, only thing I want her to know is Rodney may not be here physically, but he lives on through us. So there's nothing that she can ever want that we won't do for her.
Praise
She deserves it, and she will continue to have it. He took very good care of her,
Yes.
and we're going to continue on as a community to do that as well.
I love it. You said it so well. As a community, he said it so well. As a community, we're going to continue. I love it. And Rodney did. He left a legacy. He lived a legacy. And we will continue to see it. I love it. And now we are talking to some of Rodney Ross Sr. siblings. I love this. I heard it was quite a few of you all. We have 3 gathered here today. So how many is it?
9 total.
Wow.
Actually, 6 boys and 3 girls.
All right, tell us your name.
My name is Chris. I'm Chris Ross.
Chris Ross and sister.
I'm Lakeisha Callie.
And I'm Eric Ross.
And Eric, you're a twin, right?
Yes, ma'am, the baby of the family.
Baby of the family. Awesome. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you all.
Likewise.
We feel like family, okay? Rodney treated everyone like family. I can only imagine how he was with his family, his bloodline. Wow, tell us, how was Rodney as a brother?
It was amazing. Anybody that know him knows he's an amazing person. Just meet him for a moment, feel like you know him for a lifetime. So for us to have a lifetime with him, that was something special, You can't fill those shoes, Anytime you needed him, he was there. Anything he could do for you, he did it. No problem, no question asked. It was just all love.
Wow. Wow. How about you, sis?
Oh, he was a great guy. I'm gonna really miss him. Our thing was we loved this fish. No, he loved fishing, so that's what our bond was. We always fished together or whatever. Spent a lot of time fishing. So again, he's gonna be missed. Like I love these guys here. I love Rodney. We're gonna miss him dearly.
I know.
Really
And from
miss
my
him.
understanding, you said he took you fishing? Too?
Yes, he did. He took me
Wow.
fishing. So
Wow.
we had good times
And
on
this
this boat.
is his boat.
Yep.
Wow.
We had good times on this boat.
Wow.
I'm gonna miss him.
He
And I love
loved fishing.
Yes,
I heard.
man, I
Oh
know.
wow. And how about you, Chris?
Yes, yeah, my brother, when I think of Rodney, I think of more like a father figure. He was the type guy that he's going to tell you what you need to hear, whether you want to hear it or not. I remember the times where if he had some questions about something that he's working on or some project that he's got going on, he always called me and asked, got my opinion on it. So I'm definitely going to miss him. You know, Rodney was just one of those guys that once you meet him, you can never forget him.
Exactly,
Awesome guy.
exactly.
Awesome guy.
Was Rodney, I'm curious to know about Rodney as a young man or a little boy, because he did everything so grand. Everything he did was so big. So how was he as a child? I mean, did he go out like that as a teenager, make things, you know, as grand as he always did as an adult?
Well, speaking from my perspective, I'm the closest one. I'm actually 9 years younger than Rodney. I don't really remember occasions like that. What I do remember is when Dad took us fishing, that was something that really stood out to him. He really loved fishing.
Wow.
Up till I think the 8th grade, he and Denise, you know, they were dating in middle school. I think from what I understand, he spent quite a bit of time with her. So I can't say, you know, as from my perspective, what was actually taking place, how he was as a child, because I was so small again, 9 years younger than him. I don't.
Wow.
But I do remember when he used to come home from the military on leave, he did it grand. I remember, I never forget it. He had these huge speakers. I think he had about 4 of them. This Kenwood system that he had, and had every collection, every album, every record that you could think of. Michael Jackson enthusiast. But I guess looking at it from that point, yes, he did do it big.
Wow. It was always in him.
Yeah.
It was always in him. And I love how you shared so that the people can know him and Denise been together forever.
Yes. Yes.
Forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Since 13 years old. I
Yes.
recall of her talking about it.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you all. You all have a wonderful family and a legacy. I love the fact that how you all are so unified and so loving, the Ross family. So thank you again, us here as a community and an extension of your family. We love Denise, your nieces, your niece, nephews, the grands. We're gonna love on them the same.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you so much. We love it. This is an honor, a tribute to Rodney Ross Sr., a life well lived. Now we are talking to Kirk Jones, who is known as Captain Kirk Jones. He is a homeboy to Rodney
Yes, ma'am.
and a fisher buddy
Yes, ma'am.
and a military comrade
Yes, ma'am.
and just family.
Yes, family all the way around.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
We come from the same hometown. We were in the military together, and we did everything together. We talked all the time. We talked just about every day on the phone, communicating with each other, just to check on each other, see how things was, going. And the night prior to that tournament, we was all having a good time at the hotel. We had just had dinner with each other. We were sitting there laughing and joking. Then we were getting our fishing gear ready for the next morning. And we went to sleep, got up about 4 o'clock in the morning. That's how we fishermen do. We get up real early, and he went and got me and him some breakfast. He went and got some breakfast. He said, "Joe, here's your coffee, here's your soda and your sandwich." I said, "Yeah." I said, "You got your coffee?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." And we went out, and we had talked about we were gonna go to the same fishing spot out there. And when we got ready to take off, there's 2 dams out there on Jordan Lake. and I was supposed to go to the left, and I told him, I said, you supposed to go to the left. I said, man, you put both our brains together, we still can't figure stuff out. I said, we just gonna go. I said, we go left, and then he went right. I said, well, I know he going to the right. He got a little secret spot down there.
Oh.
And sure enough, and about 45 minutes into the tournament, everybody got the phone call that something had happened. And I told, I said, no, I say, there's an emergency. I said, okay, we're coming in as an emergency. I said, what? They was talking about something happened to Rodney. I said, what happened to Rodney? I'm like, what happened to her? I said, we were just talking when we supposed to tuck off, and they was like, man, you need to come in. And when they said that, I got to the doc, and I say, well, did y'all take him to the hospital? And the sheriff was like, no, sir. I say, sometimes they can revive people, take him. They were like, no, sir, he was gone. I said, this can't be real.
Right.
I said, there's a lot of people around. I said, this man had a heart of gold.
Heart of gold.
Well, just like his wife, reach out and help out anybody. I said, with all the mess going on in the world, you took one of the greatest men I've known on this earth.
Yeah.
And it was a shock to everybody.
I know.
It was just unreal. Even to the day. It still just don't feel real. I sit home every morning. I sit here and wait for his phone call. And I'm like, Kurt, you got to come to grips that he's in a better place. I know he up there fishing.
Yes,
I know he's doing that.
It's grand.
It's
grand.
It's grand. He's catching the big 10-pounder. I told him, I say, when my time comes, and I get to heaven, I'm going to say hello to my grandmother, my father, and my aunt, and then I'm going to ask God, where Rodney?
Where Rodney,
Rodney, because I know he's fishing somewhere.
Praise God.
But he was a great man.
Absolutely.
Great man.
You all are I just love your unity as a family and as men.
Yes, ma'am.
How you support one another,
ma'am.
and how you look out for one another.
We always do. Well, with my fishing group, some of the guys are here, that even when we're traveling, if something happened to one vehicle, it happened to all vehicles. We all stop and make sure that person is taken care of all the way to the time we get there, to the time we come back. And if you need something that you don't have, somebody will be willing to give it to you. But instead of you trying to run to the store or somebody trying to have an advantage on you, we didn't work like that. We shared everything, shared information, and that's how we roll. That's the way. So to see him going like this, this is beautiful.
Yes.
I know he would like this. I know him. This is how he would love this environment. I know he's standing around here looking at me like,
Yes.
So
yes.
that's
What would you like to say to his wife, Denise?
Denise.
Your sister, Denise.
Denise, my heart is always here for you. Anything that I can do for you at any given time, no matter what day, what year, or what month, you can always count on me. Just like your husband was there for you, if you ask for my help, I will be there for you.
Absolutely.
That's where
we
it's
are
gonna
seeing
be.
the epitome of a brother's keeper, a sister's keeper. This is what's taking place. This is family.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Captain Kirk.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
And now we are talking to the Ross family, the family of Rodney Ross Sr. We have his wife, his son, Rodney Jr., his daughter, Shonda, her husband, their children, and also Rodney's daughter as well. So thank you all so much. This has been a beautiful celebration for a great cause.
Yes,
From my understanding, Rodney, you're junior, and I hear you're the man of the house.
Yes, ma'am. Got to take up that position now. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
First of all, thank you for your service.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You serve in the United States Air Force.
Yes, ma'am.
Praise God. Talking about walking in your father's footsteps.
Yes, ma'am.
Man, I'm seeing a reflection of your father through you.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
They are big shoes to fill, but I've watched them growing up, and I noticed that everything I do in day-to-day life, I'm picking up all the stuff that he used to do. So, and I also got a lot of family love and support around me. So,
Praise God.
it's
Praise
big shoes to fill up, but it's an honor.
It's an honor.
Absolutely.
I love that. And your parents love you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
You and your
Absolutely.
sister. When I tell you these two have had the best things in life. Rodney and Denise made sure that their children got the very, very best.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
Shonda, I know you have so much to say as well because you've been blessed with
Oh,
the best.
yeah. They spoiled us our whole lives. To this day, we don't even live here anymore.
Wow.
They always take care of us.
Wow, that's beautiful, beautiful. And they're so proud of their grands. They're so proud of their grands. So you have your son
Tristan,
and new baby.
Jaden.
Wow, and I recall of seeing them out with the grands, and this little lady right here loved to stay up under her Papa.
I'm telling you, she's a rough one now.
Papa.
She's a ball of energy.
Wow, wow. So, what would you like to say to the community, Rodney and Shonda?
Mainly just thank you for the support, thank you for
Yeah.
all the love, and just everyone coming out here on such a constant basis really shows the ones that's gonna
Yeah.
be there for you when you need it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So mainly just thank you to everyone who's been reaching out, helping us through this time that we've been going through. And
Being here
we
for
love
our
you all.
mom.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Denise, you have been nothing but a pure blessing to everyone that knows you. Ever since the first day I ever met her. This woman, she is always there to support you in whatever time of life you're in. And today, I feel like you've gotten what you've always given. Love, support.
I'm gonna miss my husband so much. It's just so hard.
I know, it's so surreal. I know.
It's gonna be rough
But
without him.
we're gonna be with you though. We have a supporter of the show, Wanda Phillips, that lives here in Phoenix City. She is a true woman of God as well, and she just wanted to bless someone on the show. And this is it for you. We wanted to bless you with it, and it's something just for you. And I will say, sometimes we as mothers and women, we give so much of ourselves. And Nisa is that type of person, Denise Ross. She give of others and not really think of herself. But
All
someone
the
wanted to
time.
bless you and say they wanted you to have something for you. So we want to thank you, Miss Phillip. God bless you. And this is part of her ministry is to just bless others. And she loves supporting women. So this is going to be for you. Oh, and I want you to know how much I love you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you. We are here with you through this.
Well, thank you. I so much love out here. I just can't believe it. My husband will be definitely proud. He's looking, he's smiling, he's just honored with everybody. Did everything for him. So thank you for the great tribute.
Amen. And that's what it is. We are paying tribute to a man that deserves it. So thank you. And I want the community to realize this is what the village looks like. This is what loving thy neighbor looks like. This is what it's all about. Thank you so much. God bless you to the Ross family. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's show. It has been a wonderful occasion here in Phoenix City in the subdivision. We have had a great time as we're about to close out today's show. I'm closing out today's show with my husband, Mark Rose. He's here today, was joining this wonderful occasion. What do you think about today?
I think it was beautiful. The occasion was just awesome. The outpouring of love for the family was just awesome. How people can come together on such an occasion, it was beautiful.
And, Rodney meant a lot to our family as well, and his wife, Denise, because they've always been supportive of things, events that we've had. Never ever thought that we would have to have an event like this so soon. But God knew. And one thing I take away from today is that live every day to the best of your ability.
That's what I'm saying. Live today like it's your last day.
Exactly.
Yes, I think that's beautiful. But it's amazing what a community can do for one another. I wish that everyone could just tap into that and really just support one another. You know, you don't have to go out on a scale like this, you know, but you see your
Show
neighbor,
some type of
right. You see your neighbor that's in need or something, you have an elderly neighbor, something, grass needs to be cut or whatever, you know, just make time for your neighbor. Be friendly. And,
I love that.
Yeah.
Make time. And that's what took place today. And I love it that the Blunts on their vehicle, they had just like a good neighbor. And that's how Rodney was. He was a good neighbor. Wow. So,
just like a good neighbor, Rodney is always there.
yes, exactly. And that's what they had on their vehicle as you came through in the parade and they were leading. So thank you again. Again, take away from this event to love thy neighbor. This is the epitome of it. It is a great commandment, but it is even more beautiful when we see it in action. Today we saw it in action. I love it. Thank you all so much for inviting us to come out and share this event with the community. The interviews that took place were just heartfelt.
And if you guys are having something that is positive for the community, that is something that, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be on this scale, but if you're doing something that is positive for the community, for the city, give them a shout out, you know, give them a call so that they can highlight it and let the city know what's going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we want to promote positive.
Exactly.
We want to push positive things, even though the world is in the shape that it's in right now. It's going through what it's going through. You know, there is still some good out there.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what we want to do. They want to highlight that positive, just to show the world, you know, hey, there's some good still going on.
And we are that good. You are that good. And so we saw it today. We saw the village. This is what the village is. This is what it looks like. So again, we want to let the Ross family know we're praying for you. We're supporting you. Thank you for your many years of support. But now it is time for us as a community to extend our love and support back to you. So in honor of Rodney Ross Sr., today's show was done in honor of him, a life well lived. And so remember to continue to keep that family in your prayers. And we're going to close out today's show with memories of Rodney Ross Sr. Until next time, you be blessed. Remember, life is all about what you make it. That what you put out, it will come back. God bless you.